Hey, gotta stay in one place too long. Blue road singing me a siren song. I gotta spin my field. Oops. I gotta spin my wheels. Oh, I wish I could. I hunting for one white tires. No, I can't help it. Two tires. No, yeah, almost. You're going green for. I got a heart like a pony. It's been drugged through the mud, runs on dreams and gasoline. And that old highway holds the key. I don't know all the words. And look what I'm taking, a hell of a beating. A little bit of love is all that is needed. And as good as it is tough, I got a heart like a pony, iron pony that is. There's no way to go in the morning dry. I was in between the lines, and it's only for a ride. Don't say mine. Tell you what, you better buckle up. I got a heart like a pony. It's been drugged through the mud, runs on dreams and gasoline, and that old highway holds the key. Naked, a hell of a beating. A little bit of love is all that is needed. And as good as it is tough, it's got a heart like a pony. I don't know all the words exactly right, but who gives a shit? It's the vibe, y'all. Well, something on the doorstep. Enough and let it run, yeah. It's my white song, yeah. Ooh. I got a heart like an iron pony that's been drugged through the mud, runs on dreams and gasoline. And that old highway holds the key. I've got a life, one now, one leaving. Making a hell of a beating. A little bit of love is all that is needed. But as good as it is tough, I got a heart like a pony. On the doorstep, running up and let it rub, let it run, yeah. It's a high rise from the sun, yeah. It's a high rise from the sun, yeah. High rise on into the sun, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was for my mom. Because she's always said, well, you know, I may not know the words, but it's the vibe. Just let it ride. So, I may not have known all the words, but it's the vibe. I heard that song, I'm like, oh my God, that's me, only it's an iron pony. And yeah, right now, if there was a battery in Raven, I got on Garuda though. Garuda's awesome. It's just not the same as having that engine and that between your legs rumbling and that sound. Oh, that sound. And just cruise in the open road, you know? Songs of singing and praying and just being in that space of prayer and gratitude in the moment, flying down the highway, not knowing where you know exactly where you're going to end up, but enjoying the ride. And isn't that life? That's life. Somebody's already written a book about, you know, what it's like to, how life is so much like riding an iron pony. Gotta be in the moment. you slip out of the moment and boom, you know, shit happens and you gotta fix it. Being in that moment, I gotta move this back a little bit. I had to have the music turned out. The music was, you know, way turned up. So another song has come on, which is The Rose. The soul is the end that never learns to live. Come on, y'all. Let's learn to live in unity. That's what my mom was all about. Unity. She did an amazing job with her family. Oh, her children are just, of course, you know, they're grown, but oh my gosh. And then to listen to her talking about them. See, this is what struck me. I had both moms. I believe both moms made their transition this past few days, this past week, we'll say. Because the mom that came to me in the hummingbird was my biological mom. Hummingbirds came again yesterday morning as a ceremony, a shenoogle of them. I mean, that would be my adopted mom. Not just one, but a shenoogle. And they were all flying around this tree, and we just took off on this adventure and was checking out the rest of the park. And I walked into the Goodwill. I went in to get a blankie. Not a blankie for me, but a little small blankie and a pillow. Because they have these brand new ones, you know. Well, the price they wanted for the pillows was like ridiculous. I was like, I ain't paying that. Not at a Goodwill. And it turned out it's like this energy just took me over, and I knew exactly where to pick stuff up, where something was going to be, and was like, wow, oh my, well, check this out. It was like Christmas and Goodwill, and it was just a few very specific items that I had been looking for and thought I would never find, and there they were. It was like magic. It was magic. And we came back, and anyway, so then I hear about my adopted mom, and of course it was two separate, different vibes in my heart. My biological mom, who I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details, however, some would say an entity attached to her, or, you know, her mind got caught up in this spiral. She had an illness, and I was very, very compassionate with this illness. I mean, I can understand, you know, that's why I didn't take it personal. But yet there is that child inside of you, especially with the words and the memory I have of being born, and how things had taken place, and how I was used, so to speak, as the easy one, the quiet one, the peacemaker, because I could make peace, and it seems to be a gift of mine that I'm realizing and just really fully settling into. I realize I have some gifts, and I love my gifts. It's a few of the things that I really love about myself. However, that spiteful mom, the jealous mom, the one that's spiteful, hateful, resentful, paranoid, jealous, the mom that just as soon, you know, tossed me off the earth, pretend like I wasn't around, you know, until I succumbed to their measures. No, I couldn't do that. And I loved her from a distance. as well as the rest of my family. So you have that, where they actually turned the family against each other, right? That kind of a mom. The Catholic boarding school type of mom. Okay, many of you might kind of catch that vibe. And then, and when I did all that work within myself, what is a real divine feminine? What is the real feminine? What is that energy? What's the characteristics around it that I believe the divine feminine to be? You could say the original divine feminine, taking it back to the original instructions. And that would be my adopted mom. So I'm finding it interesting as I'm going beyond, not really beyond, that's going through these feelings, kind of really appreciating each of them. And then there are some parts, actually with both of them, that kind of like, what? However, I can understand, and I can like, well, yeah, I have both of those inside of me too. It's like the rose comes with thorns. Well, I have both of those moms inside of me. And both of those moms have been coming out at me. But this past week especially, I've been really, even to the point where Rashidi has looked at me a couple times and went like, whoa. And then I would come through it, and he'd come over and like, oh, you did it, you did it, you did it, you did it, you did it. It was so cute. I'm like, we did it, buddy. I couldn't have done it without you. Because it was me, my love for him, going, oh, I don't want to be that scary evil woman. And that's what I have been. It's a big part of my truth. Oh my God. Because we do have free will. And I'm going to be on this journey. We're all on this journey. And for me, free will is, are you going lovingly? Pulling the oars, just surrendering and going with it? Or you're going to fight it, hate it, reset it, and spew out all that shit? Well, I've spent a lot of years, a lot of time recognizing, being mindful of when those things come through, those energies come through, that conditioning of my biological family that I resisted. And I was like, this isn't true, this isn't real, this is not God. This is not how it's supposed to be. And working through all of that and really getting solid, working with my new mom all those years as I was traveling in the family. That separation and that because I really loved my biological family. I mean, there's that love, you know. God loved Hitler. God loved the lion that's taken out the antelope. God, that's all part of it. And so I can see it. It's so clear how these women through my lineage became that way. From all the shit, all the BS. I mean, I could be that way. You know, I've been gang raped by my battalion. I have been betrayed and abused in so many different ways, and I'm not going to go into all of that. But you know, it's made me. It's basically like all the shit my ancestors went through, all kind of in its own formulation for me to work through and claim what's real and heal that inside of myself. It's that whole native, you know, what we do inside of ourselves heals 7 generations back, 7 generations forward, or some would say I'm the middle generations, it's 3 generations back, 3 generations forward. That makes the 7 generations, however you want to look at it. But basically, it's this: I choose to break the pattern. And I have witnessed the miracle of, I call it a miracle, the miracle of moving through that bipolar, moving through that anxiety, moving through that depression, moving through the paranoia, moving through the colon cancer thingy, you know. I'm praying, I think so. Because I'm not holding on to the resentment and the anger, and then there's the restless leg syndrome, and moving through that. I mean, I healed it in me. You know, I mean, Wayne Dyer healed leukemia. So it is possible to break those DNA chain links that get handed down. That's what us black sheep do, you know. I'm considered the black sheep of the family. So that's all you do. And I've worked so diligently on that. I remember many times calling my adopted mom and going, Mom, talk to me, pray with me. What's going on, honey? What's going on, honey? And I said, I'm becoming my mom. I said, I can see my mom patterns in my brain. And I said, and she says, you'll never be that because you see it. And you recognize it. Let's just breathe through it. Let it pass like passing clouds. I'm right here with you. What's the real truth? What's it feel like right now? Okay, now what's the real truth? And we would work through it and pray through it and bring it back to the light. So it has me wondering. This is the beauty part of it. It has me wondering, has me excited, has me invigorated in a way. When I thought about it, which is why I hopped on, it was that song. It just kind of put me in that space, and I'm like, oh, I gotta sing that again. And then it was like, oh, I gotta pick up we gotta go into this. You need to work through this. And so thank you for being with me and working through it. But it has me kind of in this moment of, okay, we we as a collective transcended my biological dad, this masculine, and now there's still my adopted dad's my adopted dad, but there's this, okay, I'm going, wow, okay, there's this mutation that has taken place and this transcendence, so to speak, of this masculine, these different masculine energies. And now, here's the feminine. The feminine is like, what are we really getting ready to move into? The original masculine, the original feminine is this purification of all of the animalistic energies, right? You got the white animals coming in. So it's that right now where it's like we're in this white lion, this passion, like let's move through this and get to the other, let's put this into action. Let's get this into action. Ooh, I have this beautiful, it's like a cooling sensation running through my body right now. Wow. Because we discuss the original instructions. We discuss the universal principles, bringing back the original truth. Well, along with that original truth is the original masculine and feminine, and so with that, maybe we have no real fucking idea. It's that plain and simple. It's the great mystery. We can claim our divine masculine and feminine. I don't know. I'm gonna sit with this. I am gonna sit with this. I feel you. Okay. Aho mataki hasta namaste, sarve mire ristadar. So, osio, all my relatives. I don't know, you go into your own contemplation. I'm going to see where this leads more later. Hey, hey.